When faced with a problem, we have to think in different ways. Just like we are going to a place to travel, we can drive, take the train, or take the plane. Each way of travel will give us a completely different feeling. If you travel to the same place in a variety of ways, you will have a deeper understanding of this place. The situation is the same as we think about a problem. We need to know how to think about ourselves from different angles, so we must first find the different places where we think about the problem. For example, I can think of the problem we are facing as an object on the table. We can look at the object on the table from around the table, or from the top of the table. So how can we think about the problems we face from different angles? Finding our position is the key. As mentioned above, we can only look at travel from a new perspective only by changing the way we travel when we travel. The key is that we have to change the way we think. What we are going to talk about here is to divide our thinking into two ways of thinking, to think independently with these two ways of thinking, and to effectively combine the two conclusions obtained by the two ways of thinking, and, finally we will get a smarter, more rational conclusion. These two ways of thinking are that we should divide human thoughts and human emotions into two independent spaces to think about problems. The first one takes thoughts as the main body, regards ourselves as saints, and throws away all kinds of secular distractions and desires, thinking about problems from the macro and the future, and looking at problems more rationally. The second is to use emotions as the main body, to regard ourselves as an ordinary person who will change his mind because of anger, an ordinary person who will not dare to do things because of fear, because of various emotions and conditions. The ordinary person who changes is just an ordinary person like everyone. Think about problems like the public's thinking. Think about problems with desires, fears, people's various emotions, get a conclusion that ordinary people think about problems, and a popular conclusion. Finally, we effectively combine the conclusions of the two ways of thinking. This conclusion contains the wisdom of the saints, and at the same time conforms to the public's thoughts. Of course, it is the perfect result we want most. Maybe the wise man started like this.